Silver is exploding. It's super exciting for everybody that got involved when I was talking about it a long time ago, years ago. $14 an ounce, $18 an ounce, even $22 an ounce until it hit $30. And I said, hey, that's where I cut things off, right? I'll buy some collectible stuff. I'll go, if I find a deal, I'll always buy silver if it's a deal, right? And I mean a deal, not at today's prices. I want to talk about somebody that was very intelligent and emailed me what he just did with his silver, and very smart, savvy investors are doing this with their silver, while the emotional plebs are going to get caught in the dust. And you're going to see this. A year ago, I started talking about cryptocurrency. I said, I'm going to bring out a part of me and show on the channel that I've been for decades. And that's a trader. Trade stocks, traded cryptos, made a lot of money, right? People lost their ever-loving minds because a lot of people that finally get into investing, they hold. First off, because it's the lazy way to make money. Buy and hold, buy and hold. When in all reality, sure, you see stocks like Apple go from a couple bucks in the year, 1999, 2000 to where it is now, and Priceline from $2 to where it is now, $2,000 a share. But the fact is, 99.9% of investors did not buy it back then and hold it till now. And it's important to look at these cycles as something important and very important, and not whine when you double your money, you take some profit, and then it goes up some more. Because when you play inside of these cycles and you learn how to double your money, and I'm not joking, you learn how to double, you have to learn how to double your money because you haven't learned it if you didn't take profits. When I started talking about cryptos, I would say, hey, what was my number one rule? Does anybody remember? Type 1 if you remember me saying this. When your money doubles, pull back your original investment plus some. You just won. Take that win. You need that psychological win in your mind, because then I'm going to show you how to win again. You're going to win again. And if you want to win for the tax thing, there's like 3 hours left for the tax sale course, the Crypto Tax Pro and the income tax planning course, which is, I believe, very important. It's going to save people lots of money if they pay attention over not only this year, but next and the next and the next and the next. That's where we need to start thinking. How to save money is making money. I got an email from Rocky. Rocky's a silver investor. Rocky works for the Air Force. Thank you so much for your service, Rocky. Check this email out, and I want you to put yourself in this position and see if this was the right move or the bad move. Here we go. Ninja, I wanted to share my win. I accumulated a large silver position when it was around $22 an ounce. I've wrestled with my holdings for longer for higher prices. Today I asked myself, what would Ninja tell you to do if you asked him if you should hold or sell? So I sold a portion at all-time highs, and I got my initial investment back. I still have a sizable position, and now it's all house silver. And guess what? Rocky owns the house. First off, real quick, type 10 if you think that was a good idea, what Rocky just did. Type 9 if you think, no, Rocky should never sell his silver. And I got something to say about that in a second. I will take my initial investment and push some into crypto, and this is his words, since the market is down, and some into tax liens in 2026. Boy, Rocky, you're gonna crush it in tax liens. I have made the mistake of holding onto positions too long just to see them green and ride them down into the red. No more losing, no more hopium. These aren't my words, guys. I love hearing about when people get it and they start winning. I'm even excited about paying taxes on this win. Now, real quick, Rocky, there's a lot of tax loopholes about selling silver, how you bought it and stuff. So really go and get the right advice, because there's a lot of ways of not paying tax on silver. So I can't tell you all that stuff. I'm not a CPA, but go look at that. Okay. All right. He says here, and this is really cool, and this is where you need to be when you get wealthy. If you're one of those people that are going to comment down below, I don't have to pay taxes because I never filed or stuff, man, someday, hopefully they never catch you. But when they do, boy, your life's going to get turned upside down, because I know people that almost went to prison and their life was ruined forever and they died penniless. because they thought that. So there's going to be a lot of those people down below. They're losers. They'll always be losers. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. I feel pretty good when I drive down a road that's paved right. I know the government needs money to win. Do I think they're abusing their power? Absolutely. But you know what? I'm going to pay as least amount of taxes legally possible because of legal write-offs and legal tax loopholes. But I'll tell you what, that's the right attitude to have. I'm excited about paying tax because he knows that he made money. Paying tax is a sign you made money. It says here, this was another mindset switch for him. Okay. Thank you, Wesley, so much. You know what? Let me talk about credit card debt in a second. I think I've bought all of your courses and it's difficult to budget the time to get through them all. Just so you know, first off, thank you so much, Rocky, and thank you to all of my students. I have tens and tens of thousands of students now, and pretty soon we're going to fill a football stadium with the students of the Ninja Learning Center, because I'm not joking. I'm setting out to be number one in the financial education space and trying to bring a different way of teaching to humans that is so valuable. It's insane. Thank you, Rocky, for believing in me. You have no idea what that means. So he says here, he has a hard time budgeting his time with all the courses. But he said, I'm in the Air Force working a lot and have two sons that have a lot going on too. But I'll be diving into the tax courses over the holiday leave and rewatch the Liens and Deeds course. Please go and dive into that. I feel like I broke the spirit of greed today. Guys, type amen if you hear something like that, breaking the spirit of greed, and how cool that is. I wanted to humbly say thank you. I wish you, your family, and Dylan a very blessed Christmas. Thank you for all you do. Warm regards, Rocky. Now, look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude that didn't take crap from anyone when I said I wanted to be a millionaire when I was young. And all the crap my family told me that I, or my friends or my coworkers, I didn't take crap from anybody. I set my sights and I went for it. And I learned a lot of bad lessons along the way. I also learned some good ones. And that's made me who I am. And part of that thesis of becoming rich includes taking wins. Don't get over emotional. Don't sit there and go, it's going to keep going up. It doesn't. If you pay attention to all the cryptos this last year, and most people that don't have their heads screwed on right, and they go, look at all your picks are down. They're complete morons. And the reason why is because the whole sector is down. That's how it works. It's like talking to Jim Cramer and saying, hey, your stock picks are down. Yeah, copy. The Dow is down 50% right now. That's what it happens. So Rocky decided, you know what? I'm going to register a win in my head, and I'm never going to lose again. You can never lose when you sell something after it's doubled. You can't lose. I won. Yeah, but it was worth more. It could have been worth more. Yeah. Guess what? I won. Enjoy that. And you're going to see this with silver investors. You got all these YouTubers. Thank you so much for the super chat. The point being is, and I've done videos on how to sell your silver. You just have to look back. I apologize. I can't do every video and the topics in every one. But like, you're seeing all these influencers that really, they aren't, man, the cool thing is the tide's about to come out. You know, I remember doing an interview, a meeting with a big bullion company and these two guys that have faceless channels. And it was a Zoom call. And they're pretty big YouTubers, right? And they come on with their cameras off and their little logos on. And I start laughing. It's me and the owner of this big silver company. And I said, hey guys, you gonna turn your cameras on? They're like, no, we don't discuss, show who we are. I'm like, you're cowards. I don't want anything to do with this. And I hung up on the call. You probably know what channels they are. I don't do business with cowards. I don't work with, because they really wanted to know, because the bullion company's like, you're selling so much silver, so much gold. It's because I'm like, I'm actually in it. I am a real investor. I ain't fake like these people that don't show their faces. It's disgusting to me. But yet people follow them because it's full of hopium. People go, well, you're all doom and gloom. Yeah, get ready. Get ready for what you're going to see coming. And things don't happen overnight. Things don't happen in a year. You know, Noah built an ark for 100 years while people mocked him. And guess what? You know, a lot of fools say this. a broken clock, so it's right twice. Yeah, you moron. You're completely right. Captain Obvious. What are you doing while it's, it just blows my mind. But that's why this channel attracts a lot of incredibly wealthy people, because they're intelligent. And then the people, most of the ones in the comments, just whine and rattle sabers. That's all they do. Copy. You'll see this your whole life. Someone like Rocky, guy working in the armed forces, has 2 kids, is super busy, took a chance, invested his money, a sizable amount of silver, like he said. He doubled it and he goes, I'm taking the win. I'm registering. Actually, if Rocky bought it at $22, like he's saying, which I believe, and he just sold it at an all-time high, he just absolutely did more than double. Now he's going to go take it and go buy it, put it into asset classes that are depressed right now. That's registering a win. Guys, if you have, since you've been watching this channel, or you plan on doing so, registering a win, regardless of what people think and all the hype, oh, silver's going to go to the moon. Yeah, I'm on record speaking in front of thousands of people at a symposium stating silver will be on par with gold someday, an ounce of silver. But that's someday. That ain't today. It's like when I sold half my XRP and all the plebs sat there and whined and cried like, oh, guess who was right? What's down? You know what's funny? And this ain't being cocky. This is trying to teach people and wake people up. I don't care about the wannabes and the people that whine and cry and all the financial Karens out there, because there's a lot of them. I care about the person. It doesn't, I don't care about your what color your skin is. I don't care about your sexual orientation. I don't even care about your net worth. I care about your heart. And if you want to change your life and you want to wake up every morning winning, and you want to wake up every morning knowing I just made a step further, I'm moving forward. I'm not going to do things the way the world does it. I ain't going to succumb to some family member or friend that tells me I can't achieve my own dreams. They can go suck it. Those are the people I want on this channel. I'm just stoked to know you. For the first time in my life, people are listening. I tried my whole life and I got put down and I got made fun of. I go to the nations on an app like YouTube and I find amazing human beings like Rocky. And someday I may meet Rocky. Sure the Lord's got a plan for that too. And I'm going to get to hear even more stories of how he won and how he crushed it. 2026 is going to be a very volatile year. Go check out the video I made yesterday about you've got 4 weeks, and look at all the unintelligent people underneath in the comments melting down about a timeline that they don't even get. And I covered that whole timeline and the reason why I named that video in the first 30 seconds. And they're that stupid, they go run into the comment section before they even listen. You can't make this crap up. But guess what? Good news. That's your competition. They're the ones that are going to take the bankruptcies on their back. All right, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you want to get ahead on your taxes and start learning about stuff that your CPA will never teach you, I highly suggest the tax planning course. If you have crypto, before you turn in that documentation from your centralized exchange this year after investing it, I highly suggest you take a look at that crypto tax pro course. I want wins. I want you guys to win. Oh, and here, good news. If you watch less than half of it in 14-day period, say this ain't going to change my life, this ain't going to save me thousands of bucks, Ninja's crazy, email us and we'll give you your money back. Pretty solid offer. I think it's pretty solid, but I think I'm going to change you forever, and I'm going to make you a client forever, because every single time you take a new course, you're going to get a new win. You're going to make more money, or you're going to save more money. One real quick thing. Somebody asked earlier and gave a super chat about how to negotiate debt. I've got a whole course on that. There's a lot to it. I had one of the the largest tax or credit organizations in the country teach a course with me. And his company has been changing people's credit like insane for a very low dollar amount. I highly suggest people take a look at that. I don't have a link to that right now, but I'll do a video pretty soon on it, because the most important thing you could do is have just a little bit of money and a stellar credit score going into this next downturn, and you're going to see it. And then you're going to be able to make a lot of money because I'll be able to show you how to safely use debt to make money the right way, not the way Robert Kiyosaki teaches you, because he doesn't even teach you. He just tells you to go get debt. I live in that dude's dome rent free too. The Economic Ninja is out.